What up, YouTube? Brokefarmer back for another video on this beautiful day, y'all. And this is all about your spring gardening hacks, tricks, tips, and reminders. Cause it's that time of the year, baby. Let's talk about it. All right, the first tip we're gonna start with, of course, we're gonna start with fruit trees. Y'all know how I love fruit trees. And I got this fruit tree from the store. It's a loquat. That ain't what it's about. All right, feeder roots. Feeder roots uptake nutrient and water and send it back to the tree. I used to think that something was wrong, or the nursery or wherever I got the plant from didn't have enough soil covering it. So I figured out these trees look the best in the nursery. So I did some Google research. You don't cover that root right there. That is a feeder roots. It's uptaking nutrients. So if you see a tree like this and you think, man, they haven't been taken care of, that is not the case. These feeder roots does exactly what they say. They feed the plant. So don't cover these feeder roots up. Nice tip. I feel like this is just a reminder. This is a bell pepper plant, by the way, candy cane. But your plants or whatever need water, especially in the springtime. Get very hot, dries the soil out quick. It is imperative, I mean imperative, that you keep your plants watered. If this plant dries out even for one day all the way to the root, this plant might never recover from that. So I know everybody knows how important watering is, but this is a little friendly reminder. Keep your plants watered. Friendly reminder. All right, this one I feel like I need to sit down. Understanding your NPK. What are you fertilizing with, and why are you using this particular fertilizer? Let's start off with N. N is nitrogen. It promotes green leaf, the green leafy color, the dark green color in your leaves. If your leaves starting to yellow, lack of nitrogen might be one reason why your leaves are turning yellow. And also, the nitrogen creates chlorophyll of photosynthesis that feeds that plant. So nitrogen is very important. Mostly when I start off with a smaller plant, I feed it higher amounts of nitrogen first, the 5-1-1s and things of that nature, because you need that leaf, those leaves. The more leaves you got, the more it's gonna feed the plant, so you need your leaves first. The next letter in that NPK is P. That is your phosphorus. Your phosphorus promotes root growth, and it has a lot to do with the taste of your fruit. Yeah, you heard that right. Sometimes your fruit might not taste good and somebody else say that tastes wonderful. It might be because your plants are lacking phosphorus and it throws the taste off. So healthy roots promotes a healthy plant. Everything starts with the roots and the soil. So once the roots are healthy, I move on to potassium. Now potassium promotes water uptaking and makes the plant take up water way better, and it helps with drought resistance. So I start off with the nitrogen at the beginning. Once my plants get established and start getting leaves, then I push for the second two numbers, which are phosphorus and potassium, a little higher rate, so it makes the plant grow better and develop better. Understanding NPK. All right, y'all, these are my sweet peas. And understanding the difference between a heat-loving plant and a springish, cool weather plant. I'm gonna explain the difference. These sweet peas thrive at the beginning of spring before temps get too cold, but they don't like it too cold. So this is not a heat-loving plant. I'm gonna show you the difference. Once the temps get above 80 degrees, these plants stop producing and die. The hotter it gets, the more these plants wilt and go away. Now these are a spring crop, but they are not a summer crop. They're not heat loving. It's a difference. Now this, my friends, this is okra. Bunch of weeds right there. Let me get that out y'all way so it look better. That is an okra plant. This is a heat-loving plant. It thrives in temperatures over 90. This is a summer crop. It's a big difference. Understand the difference of a spring plant and a summer plant. I don't know if it get hot enough for this okra to go bad. Once the temps get up to 90, this okra is gonna go crazy. So these are heat-loving summer plants. Do your Google research and know the correct time to plant, have higher yields of success. Spacing out your different plants. I like to interplant different plants in one space. And I'm gonna tell you why. Whatever bug loves to eat this plant, if I plant 10 of these in the same place, that bug is gonna have a field day. It's fine, it's buffet of what it loves to eat. Once you space them out, let's say I have a tree collar here, I put a tree collar down there, tree collar over there. So now whatever bug loves this and only like to eat this, well, it's got to travel to find the other one. So less likely to have an infestation of bugs in one place. You might have this one eaten up by bugs, but that one down there is doing fine. That bug that like this one, he don't want to travel. He just want to go next door and get a meal. But we ain't gonna have that, because his brother is over there. I didn't even listen to my own tip. Shame on me. Next tip, growing in the ground saves you a lot of money on buying soil, fertilizers, and all this other stuff, because your natural soil has nutrients. And this natural soil, you can build it up over time till you have wonderful soil. Now this is why I've had wood chips at. Now tell me you bought some potting soil recently that look better than this. Also, growing in the ground, it retains moisture. Less watering, less fertilizing, you can't go wrong. If you have the space, please dig your in-ground bed. Over time, you feed this bed, and all that organic matter over the years build up, and you have healthy plants, and you don't have to buy potting soil or ground soil or whatever you want to call it. But the key to this in great soil is just constantly feeding it. I got all these wood chips. You see that? That white stuff? That's mycelium. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And it makes your plant stronger, make your roots healthier. Pound for pound, growing in the ground to me is the best. It's the best way to save money and have bigger and better plants. It's a marathon. Keep building. Let's talk about pest control. Now, I plant garlic, huge onions, just because the smells. A lot of things that you fight bugs with is based off your smell, essential oils and things of that nature, that throw the scent off of the plant that the pest wants to get to. All these onions and all these garlics hopefully will confuse a pest that wants to eat my eggplants or my tomatoes. So I could come out here and spray a whole bunch of stuff to try to keep pests off, or I can plant things that I think help. Now, nothing is 100% against pests. Also, having the right environment for bugs that help you out. I mean, it's for every bad bug, it's a bug that eat it. But you got to have the right growing environment, and you have to bring those beneficial bugs to your garden. Now, whether that means growing dill or something that bugs like, or growing flowers that those bugs will enjoy, and come back to your garden and eat them nasty bugs up. The right environment is its own pest control in itself. Now these are wildflowers. They don't look like much yet, but they're gonna be spectacular soon. So plant flowers, plant beneficial plants that good bugs like, and encourage them ladybugs and other things. Avoid gardening envy. Everybody's garden is different. No two gardens are the same. And enjoy your garden the way it is. My garden might not look like yours, but I'm happy with my garden. When I first started gardening, I ran into gardening envy because I saw all these awesome things that people were growing, and I ended up buying a lot of fruit trees that I couldn't grow here. But I was like, man, it would be great to have mangoes and all that and papayas. My zone, I can't even grow that here. So gardening envy is something that I think a lot of gardeners suffer. I said all that to say, enjoy your garden. It's your garden. No matter how it looks, love it. It's yours. Something else. Pick your greens and all these other vegetables you got here early and often. Main thing, the smaller these vegetables are, the better they taste. Now it's wonderful for me to let it grow, and I got a 3-foot leaf that, you know, it looks good on the thumbnail, but it doesn't taste the best. The more often you pick these and pluck these, the more they will produce. It's not a myth, it's reality. Now, if you want YouTube huge leaves and all this, it's not gonna taste that good. Get them while it's small. Get them while it's small, while the getting is good. Another quick reminder, mosquitoes love standing water. If you got a whole bunch of mosquitoes, look around. Anything that hold rain can hold mosquitoes. Let's get back to these fruit trees for a minute. Fruit trees come with a cold hardiness label, but this pineapple guava is good in zone 8 and up. I'm in zone 8B. Now, a lot of time the cold hardiness is based off the tree's maturity. If it's woody, the lignification, big word y'all, lignification of the branches where they turn hard and woody, they will survive more than a tree that's all green and fleshy. I call it, I'm not sure what you call it, but once that tree is lignified, then the odds of it surviving is way better. If it says it's good to zone 8A, then it's woody, it probably will make it. But a good tip is, go one zone down. I like to buy trees that are good from zone 7, 7A, 7B and up, because it has a better chance. You get freak weather that come through, and if you just bail it on zone 8A, your trees might not make it. So go one zone down, get the tree, love it, let it lignify, and give you some fruit, baby. All right, y'all, a little cool tip. I don't know if y'all know about this, but I know some people saying, when do you know it's ready to plant out? All right, my rule of thumb is, if it's a nice size container, this is a 5-inch container. Once I start getting roots at the bottom of this container, she ready to go in the ground. That's the easiest way to tell. And I'm not really for up potting, so I plant my seeds in bigger things. So once this is ready and the roots at the bottom, I go ahead and plant it out. Nothing against the sale trays. If you like up potting, that's you. I don't like up potting. When that plant is big enough in here, it's going out. It's a one-step process. But to everybody who like potting up, nothing against them. It's just a tip, a tool I like to use. If I'm taking cuttings from lemon trees or citrus trees in general, I put them in these. And even these, once I see roots at the bottom, roots right there, I need to plant them in something. That's just my tip, how I do business. I can't tell you how to do business. That's just how I do business. Another quick tip, I'm planting this loquat in the ground. If those roots are wrapping around, pull them apart a little bit. Tease the roots a little bit. Tease the roots. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, 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 tickle. So they know it's in a new environment. It has more room to grow. And something else, on the side, chop little holes in there. Make the ground softer for the roots to go in there. And don't fertilized yet. This tree is already going through transplant shock. It's getting used to a new environment. It's gonna go to a new school. It's a whole different world. A whole new world. Don't shock it with more fertilizer. Fertilizer tell this tree, hey, you need to produce fruit. You need to produce leaves. You need to do this, do that. It's just too much on it. It's too much on that baby. Let that baby live his best life, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Good tip. Full sun is a minimum of 6 hours. That don't mean a place in your yard to get all day full sun till the sun go down. 6 hours is considered full sun. So once you trying to figure out where that plant goes, 6 hours is fine. 6 hours you will have a healthy plant. Full sun does not mean all day sun. Find a spot, plant what you got to plant, and keep it moving. And don't tell nobody I said this, but a lot of plants will grow in partial shade. A lot of plants will grow in partial shade. Don't get caught up in what the labels say or Google say. Until Google has a garden, Google can't tell me nothing about full sun. Don't tell Google I said that. All right. Stop stressing out about the birds eating your blueberries and your plant. As a gardener, you are required by gardening law to grow enough for you, the animals, and your neighbor if they get hungry enough. Covering stuff up and all that makes gardening more work than fun. I'm a lazy gardener, and this is how I like to garden, y'all. Birds, come get a few. If I catch you, I'm gonna shoot you with a BB gun. But leave me some so we can enjoy this. We're gonna wrap this up with the most important thing I can ever tell you. Watch who you get gardening advice from. Even you got old Brokefarmer, be careful who you get gardening advice from. People are in different zones. Their climate is different. I mean, it's all different. Everybody has a different environment or microclimate where they grow things at. We might be in the same zone, but I got trees all around my property, so it's a wind block and it doesn't get as cold, and that's called a microclimate. Every yard has its own microclimate. If you have houses that bunch together really close and you have a 6-foot fence, privacy fence, your yard is not gonna be the same as mine even if I live next door. That's just what it is. Everybody has their own microclimate in their yard. If a yard slants back further and you at the bottom of the slant, it's not the same temperature if I live on a hill. Research, but understand your yard and watch the advice you take. If you're watching somebody and they're telling you how to garden and you don't see their garden, or you see their don't see their harvest, I'm just gonna leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. If you watched all the way to the video, put the OK sign in the comment. Hey man, appreciate y'all.